Right. 16 turns to cross a river and take all those hills. Expected resistance infantry and artillery, which is very catastrophic for us because we have just a gigantic carpet of troops. And the shittiest artillery is going to cause trouble. Um, Crossing here because it's the shortest distance. I think I can ferry troops over fastest. Problem is, this seems like a very easily defensible position, and because it's the obvious easiest path, I think it's also the most defended. Not sure if I'm gonna smoke it. The plan would be to secure a minor beachhead, then head south with the first troops, leave these areas for the follow-up troops. Simply because otherwise I don't know if we have the time to reach the southern hills. We need the ferries or barges for the vehicles, not the infantry. Infantry, I think at least the rifle squad should have a inflatable boat. I think that's part of the squad itself. Yeah, carries inflatable raft. So we only need to get to the edge of the river. Smoke might also help in the sense that if they're, well, no ifs about it, the spotters that are looking at our units as they approach, they're gonna have a much tougher time directing the artillery bombardment if we should smoke on the other side. It also might clear by the time we can start to drop our own troops there. I'm not sure if there's any actual harm in it for our side if we shoot a little bit of smoke there now. We're gonna line up this area with as many tanks and guns as possible, so the landing is gonna be as easy as it can be. But it might still be trouble. And definitely need to spread out a little bit. Otherwise, there's no reason not to bombard the main road with everything they've got. So I'm not really worried about these. These might get immobilized, which is annoying and troublesome, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not that costly point-wise, and it's fundamentally not really a problem for us doing our mission. The big problem is the barge carriers. They're expensive as all hell, so even losing a couple will be... I'm not sure if we can basically recover from such a loss anymore. That's how expensive they are. Because we're gonna have some standard losses simply taking over those defended positions. If in addition, add that to that couple of barge carriers, and that's hundreds of extra points lost. Carries a barge. Not sure if we should split these apart a little bit. We could maybe land some of them here. Just to basically break the barge carrier group a little bit, so we get bombarded. We're not at risk of losing everything. These are paper thin, they're very easy to destroy. I'm not really worried about every barge carrier getting destroyed. I'm much more worried about the couple getting destroyed and then everything basically freezing because of the huge amount of suppression that creates. Couple turns lost like that, and I'm not sure if we can finish this. How much smoke ammunition we have? We can't do this maybe more than once or twice. Uh, we'll shoot with a couple of guys here at least. We want the smoke to be cleared once we start to land. So also, it's not a huge problem that they don't have a more than 4 smoke ammunition. Ooh. Okay, we're seeing something. This is only if you have an artillery piece or a vehicle. There are multiple ones. Pretty uneventful turn. Gonna have to spread these units about a little bit no matter what. Not sure if now is the time to do it though. It'll take about 2 turns for them to start landing their shot, so I guess after our turn now, we can expect enemy fire. Not much point staying here with these type of units. We're too far away from any kind of a target, even if we would see something on the western shore. An artillery piece might be able to pull that off, but the rest need to be somewhere around here. That's a reasonable distance to shoot from. Recoilless rifle here might be just what we need. It's probably fairly inaccurate, but it could still, the high explosive anti-tank shell could still penetrate serious armor. Need some proper scout units here. Sacrificial scout units. We are going to put at least 1 or 2 of them in there. Early units going across. If we don't go by the road, we're barely moving the barge carriers. This might be a place to shove a couple of barges into the water. Barges themselves would be fairly decently protected. They would be like well-armored APs. You would need a tank or some kind of recoilless or an anti-tank gun to sink them. but the barge carrier will be just... We'll be lucky if they don't just combust spontaneously on their own. How bad is it? Button ready, that's not bad, but that wasn't much of our artillery bombardment either. Hmm, uh, if they have anything here, they can't see shit. Those are pretty vulnerable. I'm not sure what else I can do. The other option would be to basically just wait, wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. So that could also go badly for us. So this is sort of a mixed thing. Could be very nice for us, or could be fairly catastrophic for us. They're bombarding our barge carrier, so don't give a shit about any other units. Although it's also our most largest gathering of units, so maybe that isn't too surprising. What do we see? Right, definitely see something here. We are fairly far away from them though, I'm not sure why they would react to our presence. Need more artillery pieces in better positions. What do you even see? Okay, I suppose. I wonder if the recoilless rifles can carry their barge. Yes. Not bad. These could easily be destroyed, I suppose, but at the same time, spreading these units around as much as possible, I think it's a better idea than just sort of letting them be in one gigantic pile and going through one specific, over the river in one specific location or only. Hey group. Much I can do about this. Might also want to buy some kind of amphibious tanks. Wouldn't need much, but just something that can shoot at the enemy while they're crossing the river would be pretty useful. Right. It's tough going here no matter where we go. It's probably closer to turn 5 before we get to dump any parties out. So we're gonna split up a little bit. Just so we have a better chance of getting something out quickly. I have no idea how fast a barge is though. So this could be not all that good of an idea. Okay, at the very least we've spread about a little bit, which means we're probably more vulnerable to getting destroyed outright, but we won't be losing all that many units. And on the next turn, I'm pretty sure I can get at least some barges in the water. That's the sound of immobilization. Mobile, mobile, mobile. 3 units immobile. Scout, light tank, and Pershing. I'm actually not too displeased about that, because every one of these, I think even the Pershing is the only thing that's cost more than barge carrier, and that's only 2 points more. So this is actually great for us. Well, sort of great. Great for us would have been if nothing bad would have happened. Holy shit, do we see something? Mortars. I'm not gonna fire on mortars with Pershings. We're in a fairly good position to react to anything they have on the other side, and the smoke is starting to clear a little bit. I don't want to bring more units here until it's been cleared a little bit. So either units moving on or units ferried over the river. So we're going in pretty much blindly at this point. Can't see anything from this position. Don't want to shoot at the mortars unless, well, they're so far away. I might be able to suppress them a little bit, which isn't a horrible thing. But there's a good chance I have much better targets to shoot at. Not now, then soon. Why are you pinned? What'll happen to you? Almost nothing, probably. Spare around a little bit. We might give thought to the idea of moving some units south on this side, while the others progress here. We could probably provide decent amount of suppression fire. That way, it wouldn't be a total catastrophe if we can't ferry a massive amount of troops to the other side. At least a thought. Mobile. It'll take, what, about 3 turns to get to the other side of the infantry. That's a long time. Hopefully the barges are at least somewhat faster, otherwise we're gonna have a real problem here. It's taking much longer than I anticipated. We have a lot of suppression capability though if something happens on the other side. So it's not like the situation is horrible for us. You are no longer carrying a barge. Excellent. Get the hell out. What the fuck is that? So, what do they expect me to do? Put a fucking tank on the assault boat? I paid 30 for this. Something that every infantry unit gets for free. And these blasted things don't really move all that much. Unarmed, but they have decent amount of armor as I recall. We'll pick up units here, I don't want to pick up these. More importantly, carries a barge. Okay, does it mean an actual barge? Yes. M1 carries a barge, so the game says. And it was a barge. Right, it'll still take 2 turns at least to get things across, so by turn 6 we might have our first units out. Okay, not everyone has to do that. So. If I drop a unit here, it's gonna be here on this turn anyway. Alternatively, I can drop it there on the next turn, and yeah, it won't make really much of a difference where we reach with these. Suppose we might be less vulnerable to bombardment. There is a barge, so you say, game. Yeah. But we got barges this time. Is that a K group? Yeah. Let's go. We can shoot at these if we don't have anything better to shoot at, I suppose. So we can always plant Havictures there, and then shoot at other... no. They probably won't react a goddamn thing if I have artillery mission set up for them. But let's just see what happens. Okay, this is bad. They're sinking the boats and no one's shooting at them. So they destroyed at least 3 squads units and no one did a goddamn thing. And they destroyed the barges. Fuck. It's a significant amount of troops that a single infantry squad can destroy. More importantly, no one does a goddamn thing about it, even though that's the entire point of having these units here. Where's B0? Not sure where the infantry squad was, but I'm gonna try this. I need to. If basically I can't protect these boats, I'm going to have to wait until we get the other troops across before moving the boats in. I can't afford to lose the infantry. This is a shitty, hard, mountainous terrain. I am going to need infantry to capture things and lure things out. It's not an optional thing as far as I'm concerned. And were you always with the boat? Or is this some kind of random bullshit I have to deal with? I also can't move the boats you just dump here for whatever reason. It's more or less it. The only thing I could do more is shoot smoke ammunition. Well, I can move units into better firing positions, I guess. We don't have to get every unit here safely across, that's not really necessary. At the same time, I can't throw away a huge amount of them for no particular gain either. Well, technically I can, but I won't. Yeah, it doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. Ooh, someone returned fire. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. What the fuck am I going to do with this rubber boat anyway? There is a barge, so you say. There is a barge. Another fucking boat. It was definitely carries a barge. So why boats sometimes, why barges other times? I feel that's ridiculous, because how the hell am I supposed to plan anything based on random chance of getting a rubber boat versus a barge that can carry tanks? That's a pretty big difference in what you're gonna get. Just okay, we might actually be able to land something this time. Just need to suppress that son of a bitch. It's not much, but it doesn't seem. If I want to stick the infantry into those boats, we're going to have to basically let some of them go. They're not going to survive this. Unless I do something really drastic. It's not like he's going to be the only one there, is it? We lost a heavy tank immediately. So not only are there infantry crews here, they're just massive heavy tanks waiting for us. And it's in a perfect position because I could not give cover in this hex at all, no matter what I wanted to do. Oh, fuck me sideways. So yeah. This is gonna be bad. The smoke is now a big problem, especially here, because that would be the best place to shoot cover fire from. The smoke seems to be dissipating, though I'm not too worried about it. But there is literally a tank there, just waiting for us to land. That's where the enemy is, so if I could smoke something along those lines, I might be able to get the boats, at least some of them safely across. There doesn't seem to be any point in trying to make clever maneuvers here. We're just as vulnerable no matter where we go. Still, I need a group leader of some sort. Right, 2 smoke ammunition. Can't see shit. Excellent. I want to shoot this. Yeah, I'm gonna lose boats, yeah, but on the other hand, I might be able to shoot at the tank, although it was somewhere here, and these guys might not be able to fire on it anyway. Shit. I've gotta take a heavy tank through. There's no point getting so close to the enemy T-34 unless I have a reasonable chance at least try to get it out of the way. These guys can't do return fire. These guys want to return fire. You can definitely see it. I think the recoilless was the only thing that reacted to it. I want to go into the swamp. Right, I think we're just going to have to accept the assault boat casualties. Definitely no more smoke. It's just gonna be ugly, but fuck it. Three squads down. And these guys will never be able to see anything. We had a 75mm recoilless Marine Corps rifle squads. Okay, I think we lost like machine guns. Yeah, we lost a medium machine gun and 2 rifle squads. 3 boats. think it's just a pure miracle we just managed to save the bar. We have not lost a single barge carrier. Each one worthy of a Pershing heavy tank. So yeah, just get the hell out of here. Assault boat is cheap, we can easily afford to lose that. Also, any of you losers may be able to hit us here at all. The smoke is a bit too heavy. Right, silence him. Not good. If you don't get casualties, you can easily recover. Can't land quite yet. Could land this, but we know what's gonna happen. At the same time, I'm not sure if we have a huge amount of options. We could delay the landing and land here, but someone's going to have to go there and eat the shot anyway. Can we take over an immobilized vehicle? That might be amusing at least. Okay, I need a proper vehicle here. Anything from the K group nearby? Maybe a light tank? Yeah, we have scouts and heavier units already going across. How about one of you light tanks? Move your ass here. So we want to land this. Yeah, it's probably there. This is the lead unit for the squad too, so all the better for us, I guess. Shit. It's gonna be reaction fire probably. No? They surrender. Right, how much do we dare to move here? I don't know if we want to move all that much now. The smoke pole protects us, but that's the only thing that it does. And maybe if we're here, we might be able to spot other things without moving. I don't know. I'd like the smoke to be our cover a little bit. Can we do anything else? Not really. We need more K group scout units there though. So they need to be ready to go. Definitely. They will go on the other side. If not all of them, then most of them at least. Okay. Looks fine, I guess. We're gonna have to shove more heavy tanks on the other side. Two of them are immobilized here, so yeah. Don't have a huge amount of units to pick and choose from. Ah, fuck it. How bad is it gonna be? Yeah, more infantry and boats lost. Still, not too bad, I guess. Just 3 easy kills. Pisses me off to give them such easy kills. Another scout. Bullshit. It's an immobile scout too. Well, that's amazing. That is fucking perfect. T-34 is gonna finish it. Okay, let's start with the artillery. They don't get to shoot out at all that many things. So take the shots you can. And that was it. Fine. Just annoy them. Retreating isn't good enough. They're in a good defensive position and I doubt they have really anything bad going for them. They can probably rally fairly well from large amounts of suppression too. So definitely not good enough. Also, this is a heavy machine gun, so it can destroy the scout vehicle. We could die at any moment. I know the tank is there. Hey, hey, hey! Ooh, there's a rifle squad who just didn't shoot at our boats for whatever reason. Guess there was a little bit of smoke in front of it. Okay, could use a little bit of that suppression fire here. Even I can't see it. That would probably explain it. Yeah, can't fire upon it. Okay, so it has to be up to you guys to take care of it. Might be a good idea to put infantry here where we know the tank is gonna see us. Infantry will definitely suffer from it, but it's better than losing the entire unit. It's probably gonna be a lot more infantry here though. So there's no guarantee that it's gonna be the tank that's gonna respond to our presence. There we go. We didn't even suffer too badly because of it. 2 guys died and we are unable to do all that much, but you can see them. One can respond to that. Yeah, that's a bigger problem. No one can actually see the enemy. Oh, you can see infantry. Well, isn't that lovely? Right, we can see totally pointless units though. Um, the smoke is clearing. I'm not sure how terrible of a situation this really is. We can dump a tank here. It's not in good shape, but it's a decent tank, and at this close range, if we can distract the T-34, it can probably do a lot of damage. I have a pretty bad feeling about a lot of enemy infantry in there. Still, what the hell could I do about it? Try to land there. Again, fairly close position for a unit that can has anti-tank warheads, 15 of them. So, unless some infantry screws us over, we should be in a fairly strong position again to resist the T-34. Might be laying these units a little bit too thick here, because if the smoke clears, they can basically blast all of us to hell. Not sure I want to pick up all these heavy tanks, because it sort of looks like things... okay. Things here might be clearing up. So we can at least take the K2. We need more scout units here no matter what happens. And the K4. They're the most likely units to suffer massive casualties. I'm just more or less just trying to spread out here again so no artillery can screw us over. We want to stay in positions where anyone could spot us forward the artillery. Want to get anywhere near where most other units are. That could recover. Quite reasonably so too. I need a casualty on it. There's gonna be new squads to harass us. I don't need these to be able to contribute to that. No, no success. Ah shit, I guess we'll just shoot whatever we can. Hope that a huge amount of enemy troops don't decide to attack on the next turn, otherwise we won't be able to do much about it. At least they have casualties in these groups now, so that'll keep things under control at least a little bit. Right, and what the hell am I gonna do with the artillery? Just bombard randomly here, right, apparently. This could be bad, this could be so goddamn bad. So, what the hell am I gonna do? What can I do? Not much. I literally can't see the targets. My ability to assault it right now is pretty much non-existent too, so shrug, fingers crossed. 2 tanks destroyed. 1 barge destroyed, 1 empty barge and 1 tank. I think it was a K group tank. Another K group tank. Those would be the scenario specific scout vehicles that I bought. Pisses me off to lose them, but we still have 4 barges that can move here. And eventually fire upon anything too vital for me. Smoke has cleared significantly. I still can't fire on that thing though, which is a slight problem. No one can see it either, which is again a slight problem. So, as far as I can see, the T-34 has to die now, one way or another. If that is something we can do, yeah, this is still worth continuing. But it really has to go. How the fuck can you not see it? Well, this is the only thing this unit can do, so... It's weird that they can sort of perfectly see here, but then can't see anything beyond that. So there's literally no possibility to do anything about it. Okay, it's these units here are the only ones who can possibly act. He did fire quite a few times though. I'm not sure he can do anything else. I cannot lose any more barges. The units inside are too expensive. Machine guns gone, squads gone, scouts gone, assault bones gone, barges gone. Barge is also that's expensive. They're the most expensive unit we have. They're much more expensive than a heavy tank. So the tank basically cost he the tank costs 2 of these would not be the cost of a barge, a single barge. So we are struggling to get even a marginal out of this one. And someone's going to have to go there to die. This is the only one who could do any kind of suppression without moving. And things in general don't look too good. Pershing is pretty much the only one who can actually destroy it. And I'm also pretty sure if I just move here, other squads might be able to start fire upon me. Right, here's infantry. You cannot do anything. This is gonna be tough enough already. Likely there are other units on top of this, but hopefully they won't react in any way. I don't really need to do anything about the recoil itself. I need to harass him, and I don't think I can. Better to get something done. And you are unable to damage an infantry squad in the open. That is bad. We can basically get a couple of units next to it. How do you approach it in a way that you can actually see it? This. Okay. The Shafi probably has the best chance of suppressing it without having any chance of really destroying it. A lot of machine guns and a fairly accurate gun. This has high explosive anti-tank shells actually, the artillery piece. We're going to just have to rush it, I think. He's going to destroy some, but he probably can't destroy all. Good. Yeah, no gunshot. That means the vehicle could just go right there. And let's see how good these high explosive anti-tank shells are on a artillery piece. Perfectly usable. I like these quite a bit. I do. They have serious problems, sure, but they are also very, very useful. It's something to die. This is probably fairly well defended. I have to go there naturally, but maybe not with these units. I mean, our goal is to reach here too. And we are at the halfway point of the mission soon, after the next turn. We can't get all that many tanks here, no matter how we want to do this. 1, 2, we'll take about 4 to 5 turns to reach here. So if we would start to go there now, we could maybe reach them at turn 12, and that's assuming we face no resistance at all. So yeah, and they're in a very tough terrain to begin with. So this is gonna be shit. The question is how I'm gonna use the vehicles here. Light vehicles should be able to get to do the job perfectly, more or less. And I definitely need more scouts. Maybe artillery units too, because they can they can move a lot. They can take down tanks. Definitely light tanks, no matter what we do. We're gonna need extra scout units. And we have extra infantry for us. This just means that these units are the ones who are going to go through at the center to take these areas. The units that are now here should start to go down south. We can't move all units across, but we should be able to start moving them along the river's edge. The distance to that target, for example, is maybe around 15 hexes. I think 20, below 20 is a range where we can effectively take down enemy tanks. So, yeah. I think I'll move the light tanks in general there with the scout vehicle too. The rest of you losers here will move along the edge, eastern edge of this river and provide fire support. Right. Might actually want to start moving there now. Just the ability to maybe spot a few locations where the enemy are active would be very useful to me. Before the units on the western side get to them. We are starting to have heavy tank presence here soon, so I'm not sure if there's much of a point in holding this gun here. We can't see all that much anyway, so it might be better to start sort of moseying the southern sections. We know there's trouble here and here, right? Not sure what that trouble is, but it could be a T-34. Can't afford to lose any more barges, that's also a rule. I cannot afford it. It's already incredibly expensive. Ah, crap. We could reach these in 2 turns, so we definitely need to start moving south. We have a scout here that could do it. Alternatively, we could hold position here for 1 turn simply because we don't actually control this yet. And if there's a lot of enemy fire coming our way, what are we gonna do? There's no one to react to it. Five guys killed. Two guys killed. That's ugly. That is ugly. Did I lose another barge? Don't think so. Okay, I need a light tank, thank you. What about here? Another light tank. No, a priest. Priest can do it all. Just as shitty armoring. Well, actually not that either. Can't go toe to toe against a heavy tank, but still has the firepower to destroy one. Okay, I'd say we have a beachhead there now. We can suppress any enemy presence that still appears there. And we're holding our fire just in case something pops up that we absolutely must take care of with these units. Heavy tanks are being held back because they're pretty much the only thing that can take down a T-34 from distance. Technically the priests could, but they don't have a huge amount of accuracy. Even at point blank range it was something like 70% accuracy, so that's pretty bad. Usually it's 99 or 90 something. There could be more infantry here. Oh. Actually, only one ready squad. A lot of this is retreating infantry. There's probably more ready infantry squads though. Okay, but someone else is going to have to deal with that. Oh shit, are you saying you can't see any of that? What exactly do you see then? 7 enemies anyway. Probably mortars, things like that. Yeah. Gotta shoot something. We can't see there, we can't do any suppression fire there either. And these guys were supposed to be mostly heading south though, so I still need to suppress that. Didn't suppress a goddamn thing. Shoot what you can. Don't want to fire any more extra smoke anywhere. Come. Okay. I was thinking of putting it in a tank to protect it. Could put it in a Pershing, I suppose. But can I? It's pretty much there in the open if I don't do something about it. And I was planning on leaving one Pershing here anyway. Okay. Now comes the other part. We do actually have to move in this general direction, so try not to stumble upon enemy infantry fleets or too many tank ambushes. Yep, that'll be the one to avoid. Now they're pinned already. Again, that's always the saving grace. A little bit of something, and the accuracy of the assault suddenly becomes very unreliable. Rocket. Not particularly good for us though. Pershing has to move quickly here. I don't really want to waste my shots on these. I'm expecting enemy tanks at any moment, so if we must, we must. That should suppress it well enough. Big tanks there, so better maintain position. It looks like there's all that much I can do anymore. Bombarding these was at least somewhat useful. But I don't think the howitzers are totally incapable of providing direct fire. Right, this might be more useful for us really. We could whip routed units further away so they won't return, maybe finishing them off. Still think this is a more useful way to use the artillery here than just randomly shoot at the mortars, faraway mortars. The mortar fire at this point isn't all that threatening to us. It's done all the damage it's gonna do, and they might shoot at the tanks they've already immobilized. I don't think they'll do all that much more than that. You need to get the barge carriers somewhere. I've already lost so many barges, I can't lose the barge carriers on top of that. Halfway point. um, they don't seem to be getting their units under control, so if we cause them to be retreating and routed, they seem to stay that way. Don't go near the goddamn guns, they're bombarding the guns. Right. Dump the extra troops here, I suppose. Priest. No priest here yet, so yes please. Right, so two light tank, heavy tank, scout tank, and an artillery piece making their move here. And most of them shouldn't be the ones firing every time we find an enemy. So hopefully the scout tank can do a lot, but I think we're gonna need additional scout tanks. It's just a matter of time before it's gonna get shut down. Probably don't have to leave anything to defend here. There's a fairly constant stream of new units coming in. Thinking there's a significant need of units still here. Let's see though. We don't, strictly speaking, have to cause a huge amount of casualties here. Just keep things moving a little bit. That's good enough for now. The extra forces coming after us can handle the rest. This is a command squad. T-34. Yeah, this is pretty much a solid guess that every circle like this is a T-34. So there's at least 3 more we have to take down. Fun, fun, fun. We have a single Persian here, a couple of anti-air thingamajigs, and that's more or less it. Any support from the guns? Suppression fire would be very welcome here. They will never be able to do anything with the gun itself, tank itself, but bombardment might still have an effect. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about this type of fire. Ho 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 ho, it actually did damage. Retreating. Yeah, they have high explosive anti-tank shells too. Huh. All the better. All the better. 60% chance to hit, not exactly excellent, but where else are we gonna shoot? This is the entire purpose of these units being here. You're not gonna shoot in a situation like this, you might have never purchased it. There we go. Your first kill. I think we lost a crew at some point. Their crew survived, which is something we will not allow to happen really, but shit, you're dead. You're so fucking dead. Oh. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Our only scout unit still survives. It's going to probably retreat a little bit, but it's already moved quite a lot, so I'm not sure even if it could. I can certainly suppress an infantry squad with the entire units I have here. Yeah, that about did it. I also sort of want to kill the crew uh, that's here. It's not that important. Still want to do it. Okay, let's assume this is another T-34. Where would be the best place to shoot at it? It's about 10 range. We do have high explosive anti-tank shells. And if we stay still here, we probably have a decent amount of shots, 3 to 4. Decent chance of hitting it. So yeah, I think this might be a good place. We can use other units to suppress it a little further before that. So yeah. And I don't think it'll react to us on the other side of the river. It's intended to stop the crossing of the river and units after, on its own side. It's probably going to stay quiet and wait for us to do whatever we're going to do. Okay, that could have been bad. Okay, surely some of you actually see something. That'll do. Not the perfect possible unit for this, but I need someone to do the suppression. I can do it with the units here too, but I like to be able to go right next to it and start killing the squad instead of playing around with suppression. Yeah, don't shoot your own guys. Do I want to shoot at it? We sort of need to get going, and this one could start firing at us on the next turn too, so it's about 10 Texas in distance, I'd say. So maybe just hold your fire, save the shots. What about this one? Maybe the same deal. We really need more attack power down here at south. I want a casualty on them. No such luck. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Much I can do. We're going to try to just get as many light tanks as possible to get to the other side, maybe some scouts if at all possible. I think the rest will head south to provide any kind of suppression fire we can. I need a couple of greyhounds. They can't destroy anything, but they can suppress. A fairly good recovery. These were all routed. That's might be a new unit. That's another new unit. Ooh. They had a... Fuck me. I can't deal with these losses. Oh, it's an anti-tank gun. And it's another Bart. Yeah, I can't. That's 100 points down the drain just from this turn alone. More... Yeah. Massive casualties. Absolutely catastrophic. Yeah, and more coming, incoming. I need to load. Where the fuck is it? There. No one sees it. So at point blank range, more or less, yeah, we're armor on a lot of our units. That's an anti-tank gun. What was it? 5? Turn 7, definitely not. We've crossed that already. When did we cross that? Turn 9. Right. So there. Or no, there. Fuck. What should I can do? There's also... Yep, just can't see it. It's really there. Yeah, I'm right on top of it, and that's the only point I can see it. So that's pretty bad. I don't think we have the luxury of seeing the T-34 if we play like this. That is a tough one. That's the biggest problem I really have. The time limit that we have does not allow us to scout. I mean, have infantry here, for example, to explore things. I just don't have the luxury of that. I just like 6-7 turns I have in the entire mission. Infantry has barely arrived here. They would take another 10 turns to get to the lower areas. So it just is not an option. However, there's a lot of infantry in position here. I don't like this, having to replay these. But it's just... there isn't enough points to go around. I've already lost a huge amount without ever really getting into any kind of a fight. Because of the river crossing losses. Motherfucking bar has cost a fortune. So I don't see how we could do things all that differently here. It's we need to take care of this guy. It'll destroy everything here. The T-34 isn't even that important of a thing, but I would definitely like to reveal that. Problem is, if I reveal it with this, I'm going to sort of be out of troops to move with. And they're just invisible to me. I have to just drive something there. Is this good enough though? I'm okay with having a mobile tank, that's fine. An acceptable cost to this. However, I still do actually need to get rid of it. And need to get the T-34, which, yeah. This is not a good way to play the game, an enjoyable way. But it's either this or doing it again from the start. How the fuck you cannot see it? It's right there. You're the scout, and you can't scout for shit. Yeah, this is irrelevant. It's the tank and the recoilless rifle that's important. This is all rubbish. There we go. You did your job. As long as you actually spot it, then like. No one's seeing the tank now. Why? It's in the exact same location as the last time we saw it. So what's the deal now? Or is it? Could be a different tank. I don't have a reason to believe that it wouldn't actually be a different tank. And I can't afford that. Yeah, this is a bit frustrating. How do you deal with it? Need to use some kind of magic to get the correct units to fire so you can counter fire. Then you need to take them down, but you also need to be aware because they're much more deadly really than you are. Because they've been sitting around here doing nothing. So fuck. Hmm. No reaction from anything? That's lovely. Care about you. Care about you either. That's it. Okay. My desire to rush this and get the dice rolls to go my way is what's causing me to have to constantly retry. Also pretty sure he can shoot at me while I can't shoot at him. Another new unit. Ooh, that's a good one. Still not seeing what I need to see though. Suppose we could hold back. It's not like we have a huge desire to just rush things here. This has to be taken care of. The recoilless is something I can't leave for another time. That just won't work. I'm probably going to run out of time. What the hell can I do? If I have to basically try 100 times to get things to work my way, it's not going to work my way. So there's something fundamentally wrong with what I'm trying to do. It's too desperate. But how in the hell am I going to get you to reveal yourself? We're already in the danger zone with the tank here, or tanks. I'm not quite sure which. Either way, I'm not too eager to throw away tanks here. But I gotta do something about. Well, the infantry probably isn't that important, right? Ah, thank God someone has eyeballs. It's not gonna really do any much to it, right? Suppress it enough that someone might be able to go there and kill it. Not at all. Usually they only have one shot or two, so I hope that the pin unit that has fired once couldn't react with the anti-tank gun. Yeah, no. Had no problem doing such a thing. And we have more units here, but frankly, we are still in danger of T-34. We have no scouts, so we're in deep shit. We just don't have the time. I suppose alternatively we could try to push through here and go around things. That might be a more sensible thing. But I still have to take care of the T-34. It's not going to accept me just taking these and moving on. So I'm not sure if I would really solve anything by doing that. We could try to fire smoke around these. Actually, no, we can't. Don't have any smoke. Oh, some have smoke emission. Because we know it's an anti-tank gun. The other is probably an anti-tank gun too. Um, so there's at least 3 anti-tank guns I need to go through. This is turning into a bigger pile of shit constantly, basically. Everything has to go so perfectly my way, and that's never going to happen. I've lost quite a few troops here to immobilization again. Not much I can do with the Greyhounds. I need some scouting units to go to the other side. This is not a good place for you to be. Right, there really isn't much I can do. I've already suffered so many losses. Is the T-34 going to start firing? If it is, we're basically dead. We're so close that the armor is no longer enough to block it up. And we can still fire the anti-tank gun multiple times! I think the bars took some damage. No, maybe an assault boat took damage? Okay, it doesn't look particularly good this time either, but who the hell knows. They're doing suspiciously well here. I mean, their ability to recover. They were pretty much routed and retreating, and now they're fully operational. That's not something you can easily pull off. We need to deal with the T-34 early on. It's really the thing that will decide how this is gonna go here. Then sort of keep that in control, we'll be fine. I saw something new. Yeah, we're doing North Korean Rifle Squad. More new squads. More or less dug-in infantry squads, though nothing that we should really take note of. And that's enough suppression for them. really not much I can do here. I'd actually save the shots just in case someone new tries to cause trouble for me. I have at least one unit here that can return fire. Okay, now the more annoying part. T-34, which I can't really bait with any unit. Okay, what units are we gonna take with us? Light tanks, because that's pretty much the only thing we can. Self-propelled artillery units and light tanks. I need a small unit to do the maneuvering here. Don't have a particularly small unit though. So it's gonna have to be done by a largish unit. Which means it's pretty much a death sentence to whoever goes. Alternatively, push through here faster. But even that's probably not gonna work. And you fuckers are always fine anyhow. Shit. Why isn't the tank firing at me? I think this is gonna end up with us dying, because we're so big. Yeah, this is about the best case scenario we could have hoped for. Might be able to suppress it a little. If not it, then the other infantry that's there. Right, there's too much fire and smoke for us to shoot at the tank anymore. I doubt we can destroy it this time. It was a fairly lucky shot the first time. But it's not in a horrible location, so maybe you could sort of do your job. Hmm. There's still enemy infantry squad there at least. Oh, hello, friend. Why didn't this react in any way? The destruction of the tank must have spooked it somehow. I wish that the anti-tank gun would basically react to our presence here. I suppose I can just shoot some fire into the hex it's on, but I'm not sure if that's gonna make all that much of a difference. At the same time, I don't know how much it could make. It could do enough suppression that it might be worth doing. It's not like I have a huge amount of other things to try. It would have to be artillery, that probably work best. Well, no matter what happens, it's suppressed a little bit at least. Need to spot new enemies, right? Just littered with infantry. So I think the better strategic option would be to just push through here and then try to come at the flags from the rear. Would have still have to go through some infantry, but basically would have been in defensive positions while the infantry from the front is basically pouring back. Easy to wipe them out at that point. Well, easier, probably. Still, they are not in full condition anymore. Could be the failed assault that certainly isn't gonna do favors to your morale. Still trying to get people to react to our presence, and it's hard to do. They just don't want to. I sort of have to rush these. He's trying to retreat to hexes where we have units, so he's basically trapped there. It's gonna be dead. In an infinite loop of dying. Okay, are you actually gonna disperse? Right. That was interesting. We cannot afford to risk losing this. At the same time, you know, there's infantry there at least. We need to get into positions to fire on anything here. We know there's not a tank there. Okay, that's a recoilless rifle guy. We have no shots left, so yay for us. We know from experience a recoilless rifle can recover fairly well, so we definitely want to kill it. Let's just play around with it. Don't shoot your own tanks, dumbass. Well, we didn't get kills, but the suppression is probably fairly strong here. Howitzer, seeing something new? Nope. But barge carriers. I don't think so. I think we have something like 3 units maybe that we want to move across, maybe 4 in total. But that's it. We're pretty much done. Right, if there's going to be any action, it's going to be here. I'm very reluctant to do anything with these guys at the moment. Gotta do something about the machine gun. It has enough firepower to cause trouble. Not guaranteed, but it's possible. I don't want to take the chance. I think the rest is pretty much done. Right. Definitely overestimating my army's ability to react to anything. Still, they had like 2 squads that did something, and they achieved nothing. So this is an excellent turn in as far as we're concerned. Yeah, we got these guys pretty much routed, and they're ready to function. So the rallying ability is something to applaud about. It's just amazing, really. Far superior to what I can get done. We want to push toward these. They're probably not that well protected, in fact, but the hell knows. I can't exactly take too many chances with that. What would happen if I would just drive there? Do they have anything here anymore? Doesn't seem like it. It's important because it sort of gives me an idea what to expect. The 3 forward hills are clearly where they have what they have. So pushing through here would give me a significant advantage. Taking them down. And we probably don't have to send a heavy tank here. It's much faster to go this way. Ooh, we have Marines inside us. Right, we need some kind of a fast vehicle, basically, to come through the center defenses. Okay, these can definitely easily take control of the flags here. There's no point sending any additional vehicles to do that job. It's scout vehicles more than anything else. Fear of stumbling into some ambush is holding me back. I'd say more than anything else. Maybe. Be an easy experience for our tank here. Kill number 10. Right, something else is gonna have to suppress and deal with the enemy infantry. Really, this is what these guys exist for, so I need to find their HQ somehow. I'm willing to bet it's either here or in the southern hills. One way, one or the other. Sometimes it's right there in the back, maybe where the mortars are, but that's not actually all that common. It's in a way wasted there. That's why they don't want to stick it there. I think it provides the rallying benefit to 5 hexes around it. So it's somewhat wasted if you just isolate from the rest of the army. Okay, let's re-suppress them a little. What now? We're more or less banking on the fact that they can't rally to protect these guys there, otherwise they're terribly vulnerable. Everything's suppressed except that unit. Real problem is that we know what's there, but we just can't see it, so we have to lure it to shoot at us. And it doesn't seem to be too eager to do it. For fuck's sakes, it's soon it's a big problem. I think I would be better off just pulling a little bit of distance to them actually, because if I have extra shots, I'll also fire suppression fire on them. There should be another one, right? 5 turns left. I'd say about 3 turns to reach here. So yeah, not exactly a huge luxury. Oh fuck. Another infantry squad. Another infantry squad. We really can't stay here and fight these. It is not our fight. Survivors disperse. Thank you very much. If it fires at us, we are dead. Might as well fire some suppression fire on it. Probably won't lead to anything, but don't exactly have a lot to lose by firing. Same thing here. Either we push forward or try to what? Harass the remnants of a few retreating units. Either way, I think we should push forward. Whatever happens here, other people can deal with it. think I'm putting a little bit too much faith in them not having more recoilless rifles somewhere here. Okay, what about you? Definitely need to keep moving south. South, south, south. This is just... yeah, we need to get at least here. That's at least a couple of turns further south. Don't think the Persian here is gonna achieve anything. Do we have any other tanks we might... no, these will go across there. Or will they? Yeah, it would sort of be useful to us, but I don't think we have the luxury. Still, we might. I don't know. They'll definitely be the last ones. And ooh, you're the only one who can see something, and you're not doing it. I could fire a smoke. Even if it might be the best here. We see some enemies here. I think they might have abandoned these locations, because I don't really have eyes here, so how the hell would I spot these unless there's some kind of movement there? Something to think about. The anti-tank gun is the question mark here. It can definitely kill us. The question is it gonna fire or not? It is not. Ooh shit, they got our infantry pretty badly. Doesn't really matter. We need to get the tank to reveal itself, or the guns, multiples. There we go. There we go. Thank you. That's probably the most important thing to happen. Right. There's still the other one, but we fired some suppression fire on it, so it might not be all that effective. Don't really have a huge hope that we can spot the other gun, but we have artillery pieces here, so they might be able to fire on it. The range is also respectable, but not too low, so yeah, we can expect close casualties. Do we care about him? No. He doesn't have the... a light tank is protected, well enough protected that it won't be damaged by a heavy machine gun. A scout vehicle is not. Okay. Could you possibly see that? How about you? It is a pretty important field for us to see it. Just pointing that out. This could be a death sentence. They've abandoned the gun. So I guess the suppression fire was vastly more effective than I thought. No complaints about that. So we'll definitely be using more of it. I think it depends on the weapon. It has to be high explosive type of field gun type artillery. I don't think it would be effective against vehicles. With vehicles you need a very accurate hit. With infantry units not so much. And we have a new scout in action. And another one. Uh, do we need to head south with this? I don't actually think so, but at the same time I think we want to head south with it. The south is the only place where I have no idea what to expect anymore. Probably at least one or two T-34. I mean, I don't think they just had a single T-34 in the entire mission. Two at the very least. Usually you can't buy individuals, they come in sections at the very least. So I'm expecting a tank section. Oh shit, this was bad. They got us pretty good with this one. God damn it. I need to bring something to take care of the mortars quickly. They're valuable points. You'll do just nicely. Okay, the infantry is pretty well neutered for this turn, but I don't think they're effectively out of the fight by any means. So all we need to do is whip these guys a little bit extra, and that should be it. I'm prepared to take down the mortars. You. That's an HQ. Yes, it is. Yes, indeed it is. Certainly explains the annoying amount of rallying they have done here. Well, they're not going to be doing anything. Okay, things look very good here. Suddenly 4 turns is enough to take full control. Question is what to do here. We could take down the HQ, but I think we should push toward these areas. I can't risk the gun doing something, so I think it's better to try to destroy that. It's routed, lost 3 guys at least, so I think that's sufficient. I think our heavy tank here deal with whatever this place might still have. Not sure we have the time, but we'll see. Actually, there's not much for us to do here anymore. We also don't have a huge amount of time. These are quite possibly the last units we can afford to move anywhere. same time, the Bartes are sort of going back and forth at a constantly lower place, so they are sort of moving along with the course here. They don't have to go back up, they can go back here. Keep moving things back and forth as we go south. But this is a fairly good place to go to the other side. We can go further south, all the better. Pressing the heavy machine gun. Yeah, it's out of fight for at least a turn. That will do. He'll abandon the gun if I can't destroy them. Might as well bombard something with the howitzers. They don't really get direct fire anymore. Doesn't cause kills, but it does get them cleaned up a little bit here and there. Okay, seems like the fight is more or less over at this point. They might have something small that we have to deal with still, but certainly looks like they don't have anything major. And this is the last artillery you'll be ever firing. 3 mortars. Yes. Don't think we have to stay here, so full speed south. Might be able to contribute something. Right. HQ or standard rifle squad? I sort of think we should start just sit on the flags. They could still send some trouble my way, and I really don't need it. Guys retreating currently can probably hold their positions. But what exactly can we still do? We need to kill the crew, otherwise they might retake the gun. And I can't exactly afford. So I lured them back at forced them back at the gun. I think they're mostly worthless now. And we do have other places to be. We can shoot from the other side of the river to suppress these. You. Um, the moment we get to here, there's gonna be another gun pointed at us. And that's at the latest. Probably a little bit earlier than that. There we go. The T-34 and you motherfuckers just blocked the line. Line of sight. Well, we're not dead yet. Took a single point of damage. Problem is, we are nowhere near the position to provide any kind of a fire support. Yeah, this isn't gonna work, is it? Unless someone can do some kind of miracle shot from 30 hexes. No. I push forward too quickly, but still, it's not like it's impossible, right? B4, miracle shot incoming. High explosive anti-tank shell, straight through. I'll take it. Okay, that was the minimum amount of T-34s we were expecting. Still sort of expecting more, but we'll see. Anyway, you fuckers need to move, and quickly. I need the support to be a little bit closer than this. And I'm still more amazed how useful the self-propelled artillery units are. Just amazingly useful. They can do it all. If you can, they're more or less, if you don't have to care about the enemy really firing back too much, I have a hard time thinking of a better unit. You wouldn't want them to face a main battle tank group head on. That's probably a little bit too much for them. But if most of the ammunition is going to go right through the armor anyway, the heavy armor doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, I think the scout vehicles here are pretty much the only ones who haven't moved yet. So, full speed at the last flags. I'll have to deal with at least one artillery piece. I would say it's likely artillery piece, because the T-34s have been fully hidden so far until they fired on me, while artillery pieces are the ones we've been able to spot. Who the hell knows? Ready squads. Yeah, they've been abandoning their positions now. They might have been doing that for some time. There's 3 turns left. Need to make sure that no enemy decides to turn and come back to the flags. Eight men killed. That's a good shot. Be the best shot I've ever made with an infantry unit. HQ gone. That'll help quite a bit. Now we don't have to spend time aboard tanks to get these. What we need to get is to get a line of fire on that one. Start shooting suppressive fire at it. Yeah, the mortars are gone. I guess I can leave at least one unit here. I really don't want them to start screwing me over. At the same time, it does make sense to send further troops south. I mean, we don't want a huge amount of troops sitting here doing nothing. Routed crew. Don't care who gets the kill here, we just need more points more than anything. What we want to do is go as far south as possible. I think this might be the extent of it though. We could still have something here. Or here, very easily. Don't know. I definitely don't have the luxury of shifting more units there. We're more or less just spamming whatever targets we can target at this point. Anything will do. This could be a kill shot. No such luck. nothing else, these can keep the extra units we spot under some control. So they won't turn back and start harassing the units that are basically gone past them. I also don't want extra spotters if I can help it. Is that it? No, it is not. Okay. We don't have a huge amount of options. We have around half a dozen tanks or vehicles of some kind that are able to function. It'll take a couple of turns to reach here, and we don't really have that kind of time. Yeah, they're definitely moving infantry closer. Might get slower units to here. I'm not sure we can get there unless there's some kind of extension to the limit. Because we know that there's a heavy gun waiting for us there too, so whoever goes there first is probably going to eat shells from that. Assuming we don't get unlucky and it's a T-34, then that's much worse. On the positive side, if they have abandoned these locations, except for the whatever that happens to be dug in there, that's enough. Yeah, the light tank is pretty much the only ones that could still reach it. This would have been if we didn't get it immobilized here. So the problem is now, what's the fastest way to reach that? And I don't think there is the fast enough of a way. We could go here and sort of go around here. But I think that's also the most well-defended location, so this might be better. Yeah, that's a lot of squads moving in our general direction. They've definitely abandoned their positions some time ago. Which is good, but also very, very dangerous. We're swimming against the stream of infantry with tanks who can't really spot the infantry until we're right on top of it. So yeah. I think my initial sort of plan for how this should go was absolutely the correct one. I just didn't follow it. I stayed there at the landing site like a couple of turns to sort of secure it instead of just moving on with the landing troops. At the same time, I'm not sure how much what would have been the consequence of just moving, because it's not as simple as just driving past a huge amount of units. I'm not sure if that would have actually worked. I think the better one would have been to punch through here at the north and then head south from there. Try to ignore most of the resistance instead of trying to go through the worst of it. That's where we lost the necessary time. Still, any kind of victory will do. The problem is we've taken so many casualties that I'm thinking a draw might be a much more likely option. That's it. That is at least if we don't get the flags. You're in deep shit, buddy. What can we reach? Yeah, I can get there, which there's a theoretical chance we might get something done. That's definitely a theoretical. Let's see what we trigger here. Can't see it. If we get a one turn extension and this guy doesn't die, then yeah, this should still work. Fire anything at anything you can see. These guys have to be more careful. They can still reach these flags. They might also be able to provide the cover fire against this. We certainly don't want to get into fights around the flags though, so any unit there has to be driven off now. I think the best thing that could have happened to us happened when they started to move from their positions. These are important movements. The Greyhound won't be able to reach the flags, but it could provide support fire. We can certainly take these after firing the support fire. Right, we can see the target. Same thing with this one, really. We could fire on that one, or alternatively, direct fire on that area. I think that's more the better use for our remaining shots. It'll at least produce a suppression point. That's at least how it usually goes. It'll immediately lower the chance to hit. In certain type of units, that's actually a significant thing, but I doubt with a stationary gun that's been sitting there for God knows how long, it'll make much of a difference. At the same time, I'm not sure. It could make enough of a difference. Also, does anyone see the area? Yeah, we can. So how about some much needed support fire? Some of these might also see it, at least if we move around a little bit. Hmm. Can fire support fire on the next turn. The less shots we use now, the more support fire we can give. But I still like to fire at least something. If we get lucky, they'll abandon the gun. That's real lucky though. It's a possibility. Firing at these infantry units might save a shitty tank, that's about it. At the same time, I'll take it. I've lost enough units here already. What would we need for a line of sight to that one? Hmm. I sort of want to save my shots here with this one, but I sort of don't think that's a useful thing to do. What about this one? Best speed to somewhere else. Doesn't look like there's that many fighting units still left. I'm certainly not picking up any new ones. Hmm. Right, at best we can drop some kind of a help unit here. Not all that important. Pretty North Korean infantry. We spot something useful. Pretty sure someone can shoot at it. Yeah, not a bad thing at all. Probably saved these guys' life. Although we're also in a position where if this guy can't move, yeah, never mind. Am I bombarding something? Not really. Okay, we got close to what we wanted, but I should have stick to the plan. Also, way too many casualties. It's I don't. I think this is a draw. I still had one turn left, and they didn't give me a chance to capture everything. That's bullshit. This is. This could be anything. Okay, I'm not sure what the consequence of this is. We proceeded to the next mission, at least. But that was weird. Lot of squads gone. Still, repair is fairly cheap, and we can. I think after this mission, I mean the next mission, we can basically replace 10 tanks and change them into heavier tanks. I'm sort of against that though. In the light tanks are incredibly useful because they're so fast. So as long as we are the ones who have to go and capture things. We want to at least maintain the light tanks. The Greyhounds, on the other hand, are questionable. We can easily buy scouts every mission. So I'm not sure these are all that useful. At the same time, I'd rather at this point replace them with the self-propelled artillery units. They're much more useful, and they have the ability to take down the T-34s too. Faster, better against infantry, able to take down tanks. The bulk of the North Korean army pulled back from the Injin River. However, various North Korea NKPA units have been left behind to delay the advance into the town of Kaesong. Even though poor weather is limiting visibility, oh fuck, you are ordered to secure the road leading to Kaesong and clear it of enemy units. So shit visibility. I don't see how that makes a difference because we're fighting at at range 5 at most usually. So it's all the same to me. Support is not available. That's what it changes. Advance. Please not be a river. Okay, it's a city battle. Some heroes, a city. The map seems to be fairly small this time. So small and brutal fighting. Actual details, the mission could be anything. Looks like this could be a meeting engagement. APCs would be better than trucks, but speed 15, speed 16. So I think these fairly expensive amphibious APCs are what we should be using. They're pretty much function as APCs. They have good mobility. And they can probably carry any kind of infantry unit. And they can do the suppression needed. They're also incredibly expensive. We could get most of that same with 1/3 the cost, so yeah. Light tanks, they're good. Close support tank. Lame tank. I think artillery is good enough. It can level buildings and you don't have to be all that far away to do it. But you don't have to be in the next X either. This would be a self-propelled anti-tank gun, pretty much. Not bad, but it's still fairly costly. I don't know what I should take. Probably more infantry. We have around 9 squads of infantry, but we have nothing that we can really sacrifice. Engineers might work this time because if it's close range fighting, but they're really not good at anything but except absolute close range fighting. We have to be hugging the enemy for it to be useful. I think I'll buy a platoon, a sacrificial unit. Yeah, this is fairly cheap. I only want the infantry, not the other units, but got to get the good with the bad. What else? We need something that carry them in. The problem is we either take... Oh, We either take heavy tanks, which are incredibly expensive, or we take APCs, which are almost as expensive and pieces of shit in actual combat. I think the Shermans might be better. They're a little bit faster and more or less the same. They have a weaker main gun, but I think they could still handle the same jobs more or less. Might be able to carry the infantry too. Armored car platoon to act as scouts, sacrificial units, and then what? Anything but this, so maybe aircraft. We would be more or less inclined to shoot at very specific targets only. Drop bombs on certain hexes. We basically would suspect that there's something there and send an aircraft to handle it. Then Bearcats for other targets. Yeah. I want the Shermans. The Shermans are APCs for us, so I sort of have to take them. And then I have sacrificial vehicles and then the aircraft. Yeah, it's probably okay. Okay. Very narrow map and we have a metric ton of units. They are protecting a few hills. This is probably the worst of it. Alright. Do I go through the city or do I follow the road? Either way, this seems terrible. I have to follow the road initially. Sort of, maybe. Visibility is 11, and it's a little bit, yeah, it won't make much of a difference. But the force that engages the enemy cannot rely on support from any other unit. That's, I suppose, a major difference. We have 12 turns, so I don't think we can do any clever, let's go from the south and just go to the rear. I don't think there's time for that. Shit. Okay, this is gonna be terrible. Light tanks might be able to pull something off. They would have the mobility. They couldn't carry all that much infantry with them though. But they might be able to secure this. I'm not sure if it's worth the risk though. The thing is, we have a lot of units and this is gonna get bogged down very easily anyway. So it might be worth it. Sort of sent the C group there with the light tank group, see what they can do. I don't expect any resistance for a long time here, and visibility is so bad that even if they had something, what could they realistically do? I won't send an entire platoon there though, because I need them elsewhere. I'm also sending a few priests there with them, because if they encounter tanks, they don't really have the killing power to take much down. But the priests do. Also, I can't give artillery support really anyway, so might as well just send them wherever they're useful. All the infantry pretty much goes here though. Um, the machine guns can go with these. Mortars are pretty much worthless wherever we put them. We could put a recoilless rifle or two with this group. That would be another anti-tank capability. How about anti-air? I doubt they have aircraft, but it might not be a horrible idea. Yeah, the Shafi group has to go here in full. Well, has to and has to. I can leave a tank here. A fast-moving capture unit would be useful here too. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Machine guns here. Mortars don't matter. Bazooka teams wherever. Shermans were supposed to be the ones that carry most of the troops in the fight, so we need to stick them at the front line here. Then we have a lot of sacrificial units. I don't particularly care which infantry goes where, as long as it's infantry. So they're good enough as regular units to get the job done. So if they lose experience by dying, they lose experience. To shove these somewhere else. Can we? We can't put these really in anywhere else. Fine. So what the hell are we gonna do with these? Guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. I want the Sherman's eyeballs to go in first. Same with the scouting units. They're the things we can sacrifice. Everything else just follows them whenever they can. Okay, and then we somehow hope that they don't pay too much attention to the group of tanks trying to outflank them. What could possibly go wrong? This group's only purpose is to reach here. That's what it tries to do. I'm thinking that they have decent defenses in a lot of these hills, so this might be the best way to get that. It would mean the main army doesn't have such a hurry to try to reach the and clear the first hill. And I don't think this group could have made it. They don't have the mobility. They like tanks probably too. So, and I do want to do one more thing. I put the, god damn it, I put the HQ unit somewhere. And it's pretty much impossible to see what. Either way, okay. I can send one aircraft. The spotting unit doesn't really matter. How about Pershing? B0. I want an aircraft sent to at least this hill. I don't really expect much to come of it. And it's a bear cat, so it's pretty pointless even if it's totally wasted. Right. I'm hoping if they have anti-air they get revealed so I can send others against them. If not, I can use the rest against whatever.